Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Good to see you, Paul Training here with the one and only Natalia Seth. How you doing
Hello.
today? How are you feeling? How you doing?
Doing better. I had bad allergies yesterday and they feel
Shoot.
better today. So.
Oh, that's well. Hey, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
We couldn't tell, by the way. So.
Okay, good.
Didn't come across that way at all. And,
good.
We're
As
just
long as it doesn't look like I'm dying.
You don't look like you're dying. At least you hide it well, so that's good.
Thank you.
We haven't had a death on here yet. We prefer not to have one, so
that's the goal. That's the goal.
All right. Well, welcome, Michelle. Thank you. Audio is good. Nourish, Afroja, thanks for joining us. Sean, this is day 2. Good to see you, Wade. With Natalia. So this is awesome. We get you for 2 hours. Of course, about 90 minutes in, we'll take a little break because we'll do an artist spotlight. And you can see that right over, I'll probably point the wrong direction, but right to my right, artist spotlight tab. Submit your portfolio and we will rip it to shreds.
Yes.
Just kidding. We'll casually, we'll just review it and give you props, I'm sure. So yeah. So I guess the goal is set pretty low, Wade. Like our goal is to just not die on stream. Nice the bar is set pretty low. So that's good. So thank you for that. Feel free, any questions, send them on through. Check out Natalia's work. Also, she's known as Escaping Youth on Instagram and TikTok, which is where she's probably the most active. So that is good. It's so good to have her here. So hype up that artist spotlight, get those questions going. So we'll tackle some of this. And thank you, Natalia, just for working with us today as you there you go, as you balance. You might hear, I don't know, we might hear some talking in the background, maybe not.
Yes. Like I have a roommate next to me, so he's also working. We have a small space here.
all good. Well, yeah, that's good. I'm just glad we have you. So this is awesome. So hopefully we'll learn more from you. I think yesterday is totally worth a rewatch. Like scrub through that. You got to work with awesome model. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about yesterday. We can, just jump right into this.
Yeah, of course. Well, we worked on this photo, and this photo originally looked like this, and then this is what we worked on yesterday. And I took this photo of the amazing Coco Rocha a few months ago, and this was shot in a studio when I was invited to her model camp. And we only shot this in 3 minutes, but it turned out amazing because she's an incredible supermodel. And we created this little puppy love scene in the 2 hours that we had yesterday. So we can finish this one up, and I actually have another one planned because we're almost done with this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And this, I think you had a lot of fun with this.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to just, we don't need to belabor it too much, but just like, some highlights from yesterday. I like your decision making that you made. Like you did take photos of like another dog that you decided not to use, and then stuck with a limited palette, which totally worked out as well.
Yes. Yeah, the other dog was green, and I thought that was too much for this photo and what she was wearing, and so I stuck with the pink dog. Yep.
Yeah, if it was green, then you'd try to force green in other parts of the piece to kind of balance it out, and who knows what that would look like.
And also I thought maybe be too Christmassy, like pink red or pink green.
Yeah.
So didn't want that.
So it matches your color palette. So if you can always click on the info tab, check out your portfolio, which is very, warm pastels, easy on the eyes. It's like getting a warm hug from Instagram is kind of how it feels. And then also just being inspired by the creativity you do. So that's super cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Too nice.
All right, cool. Well,
shall we get started? I don't know if there's
anything you take it away. Do what you want.
Okay.
I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, we're just hanging out for 2 hours. Well, we already finished like most of it. I think what we had left to finish up is the dog bones. So we have this dog bone down here, and then this one here. We have to make it look realistic, and then add maybe like a few more shadows, and also to the dogs as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all we have to do for this one. Also might do a little bit more coloring because the pink looks a little flat right now, and I want it to look like it has more depth.
Okay.
So yeah, let's get started with the bones first.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And we're gonna add a lot of shading to this bone, but we want to keep it pink. So let's go to the layer. And then I see there's a little bit of like white fringe right there when I was masking it out. So I'm gonna get rid of it by brushing black. And sometimes that happens like when I do magic wand. Is there any way to avoid that? Do you know?
What to do what? To do what? Sorry.
When I select a subject and use magic wand, and then there's always that like white little rectangle outside from like the stock image.
Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of that other than you just go through and select it or paint it like you're doing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know if there was a certain way or something.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna make the pink come through by using blend if layers. I use this a lot also, like this technique for makeup, because I want the highlight of like the skin to show. So when I do like a color fill layer, paint on the makeup for wherever I want, I use blend if and make the highlights of the skin show, or like the shadows too. I like play around with it. But that's like a makeup tip hack because I don't know how to do makeup in real life.
Hey, as far as the rest of the world knows, you're half bubblegum and you know how to do makeup.
Yes. I know how to do makeup perfectly. I know how to do special effects. Nothing is Photoshop.
But I think that's good. The blend if, like, I know there's lots of pros in chat and watching today. Like, dive into that blend if because yeah, it's just a new space to play and just kind of see what you can get and see what works for you.
Yeah. And that was like one thing that I learned like many years in that I wish I knew before.
Okay.
Blend if is awesome.
Yeah, I still have to get used to using it. So
yeah.
I just got to play around with it with seeing the benefits. It looks like you're adding a little bit of it looks like you're making the bone a little bit darker, which is really good because it was kind of getting lost.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't really see it. So
we're adding dimension to it because it did look a bit flat because the stock image was like just flat lighting, which is really good to start with. Yeah. So I can add everything later. And so we're just using another color fill layer, and then I made it like a pinkish, dark pinkish thing and brushing it on. Also, it's on multiply for blend mode. So we're just gonna softly paint the shadow on the bottom, and then we'll add some highlights after.
Yeah, that looks so much
better.
So yeah, just like, oh, it's popping.
It's popping. And then for highlights, I'll go to like a white pink, press OK, and then I'll go to overlay. Let's just see how that looks. Command I to invert it, and then we're gonna paint on the highlights of the bone. And then we can always decrease the opacity after if it's like too shiny. But yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah, it is good. I noticed, yeah, you do a lot of fill layers and then start painting with those fill layers. And then you knew right away to go to overlay mode for highlights.
Yeah, soft light or overlay is really great for highlights. Screen also works sometimes, but that gives a different effect. I think overlay is like the best one.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Wow. I'm surprising myself.
Yeah.
This looks great.
Like I said. Fairy is wondering, when did you learn photography? Or like, how did you learn photography?
I'm doing the shadow below the bone as I talk. So I learned photography when I was 13 years old. I was in middle school and I made an Instagram account because around like 2012, 2013, is when Instagram started popping off. And so I made an Instagram account, and then like shortly after, I found a girl who was doing like these crazy Photoshop manipulations. And I was like, I want to do that too. That's cool. And so I grabbed my mom's phone and started taking self-portraits with it. And I had like 20 minutes every day that I was allowed to have her phone. And so I would just cut things out in an iPhone app and post it to Instagram. And then I fell in love with it.
Nice.
And then shortly after, I found Photoshop because my mom was an artist, and I started playing around with that. And that blew my mind.
Who was the artist that you saw that you were like inspired by? Do you remember?
Her name's Olivia Sin, but she is now not doing anything with art. She was just like, I think she was around my age, and she was also just doing these Photoshop manipulations for fun. And so unfortunately she doesn't do it anymore, but yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Well, yeah. Should reach out to her sometime, be like, hey.
You inspired me.
Yeah, people love hearing that stuff.
You're the reason. Yeah. There's a whole editing community, I feel like, back in 2013 and 2014. And a lot of people like dropped off because like they found other passions or whatever. But I continue doing it. Still here.
Yeah, that's good.
Still love it.
And, honestly, like, I think there's, I'd say, Wade, you didn't miss the Instagram boat. Don't worry about it. Like, it's not like Instagram has sailed or like YouTube has sailed or any of that stuff. It just takes a while, takes a while to get noticed, and just takes a while for people to develop their craft and everything.
Yeah.
And the big thing is just like you're developing your art and posting on it. So the platform doesn't really matter as much.
Yeah, completely agree. I feel like people will recognize like effort and talent too. So eventually just like keep posting, and then eventually you'll get recognized.
Yeah, exactly.
Important to not give up.
And I think everybody's different, because it's funny because I know well-known artists that post to Instagram, have big followings that are never on Instagram. They're like, I don't follow anybody, I don't do anything, I just post my stuff. And other people obviously do, but like, have it work for you and don't work for it is your goal.
Yes.
If you're getting depressed and thinking, oh, this got more likes than that, oh, I got to change up my style. It's that whole thing. Like, are you doing it for the right reasons? But it's a good way to test out ideas. I'm like, hey, is this resonating with my audience? Which I think is very fascinating too.
Yeah, I do listen to like what they say or what the comments say about my work and everything, because I'm like always open for criticism, but also like keeping my own, like who I know I am and like how my work works. Not listening too much to all the little voices. It's a nice balance of that.
Yeah, and like, I feel like you have a good core of people around you, your parents, and probably some close friends that can keep you grounded.
Yes. Yeah, a lot. I have a big community in like New York and LA of like creatives that we just like bounce ideas off of each other, or like ask opinions about the piece that we just made, something like that. But it's really nice to have other artist friends that are like, I'll help you out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's nice to have friends.
Yeah, nice having friends. Nice, like finding your tribe, if you will.
Yes, your tribe.
And it might take a while. Hopefully people do hear, selfishly on Adobe Live for me, because I want to have friends, but
yes,
like, we're all very like-minded. We're all sensitive. I feel like we're all sensitive artists and designers and stuff, and, trying to do good work. So that's why there are no dumb questions. And
there are no dumb questions.
Nope. Yeah, I can't think of what would be it. There are no dumb questions. I don't even have an example what a dumb question would be.
Because it could lead to something more thought-provoking.
Yeah.
It could be like a base question, and then it could branch out to something else.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So nothing's dumb.
Usually I think that if you're asking it, other people want to ask the same thing. So yes. Sometimes I'm too scared to ask my questions in a big group of people. Because you're like, is it going to reveal me as an idiot? That's what people think.
Exactly.
You know, it's like that quote, you know, it's better to remain silent and be thought of as an idiot than open your mouth and remove all doubt.
Yes, I think about that.
But, you know, if you explain yourself well enough, like I do this, I don't know, it's all good.
Yeah. Also, we're not perfect. We're going to sound like idiots from time to time.
Yeah. And we're going to make some silly stuff that we thought would be really cool.
Yes.
And then it like, people are like, what is, nah. You ever have that? People are like, it's not your best work. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was like,
can't all be winners, people.
Yeah, come on. I tried.
Yeah.
Not every single one's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Can't knock it out of the park all the time.
Yeah, there's been some pieces where I was super proud of, but it didn't like get the same love that I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, dang. Guys, love it as much as I do.
Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be just interesting you to kind of like think about.
Mm-hmm.
I would always like to know like what piece you really love that maybe other people liked, but one you're like really into. And you don't even care what other people think of it.
Yeah.
This one is cool to me.
Yeah. At some point, I mean, now I feel like I don't really care too much about like what the little voices are saying because I've gotten more secure in like myself over the past few years, especially with creating. And so now I'm like, okay, this is a good piece. I don't care that it's not getting as much engagement anymore.
Yeah.
But like maybe the next one will. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter too much. And also so if you saw, there's like white reflections on the top of the dog, and I just painted with a color fill layer to get rid of the reflections because I thought, well, if there was a pink background, it'll be reflecting pink onto the dog, not white.
Okay, good call.
So we're just filling in the white reflections around the dog right now, and then
that's interesting. Like I actually did not notice that until you started doing it, to where it's like, you know, at now, and I'm like, oh, that does look better. It
does look better. Yeah, I noticed like every single detail of anything now.
Yeah.
Everything matters. Oh, wrong one. And then it's a little rough on the top of the head, so I'm gonna just smooth it out and make sure my flow is up. And I'm still working with my trackpad today, not my Wacom tablet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Would you ever, I sometimes use the smudge brush.
Like wait, I've never used that. I like don't understand how to use it.
Yeah, it's kind of like adding a blur to it. Like if you wanted to add some softness, like if you wanted to smooth out some of those reflections, you could smudge it. Wait, but switch to a regular brush, not that crazy brush for the smudge tool. Okay. Those clouds.
Yep, they're cloud brushes.
Keep in mind, you have to, just like, it's pretty powerful, so be careful.
Okay.
The strength's at 100.
Wait, so what?
Okay, so that's the strength at 100. So that's what's happening. So you could just undo that. Maybe take down the strength,
Okay.
And then, like, just if you wanted to make a streak or smooth out or anything like that, it could be good. That's all.
Oh, this is cool. This is really cool.
Yeah, whether it's for this or not, it's all good. But
I want to see. Well, it makes it look cool. I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
I'm digging this. Oh.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
It makes the dog a different texture.
Very good question. Like you could also use the blur tool. I don't know what it is about the blur tool. The blur tool seems so slow to me. It like takes forever to blur out something, because the blur tool is also underneath those same controls. There's blur, and you can crank it probably up to 100. But I just feel like it's so slow, and I feel like I get better results with the smudge, because that's just going to blur out that point. So that actually works too if you want to do that. Yeah, good call, Fairy. I love it.
That's cool. I've never used. Well, you can undo it, right?
You can.
You can't undo it. Unless it's a smart object, maybe?
Yeah, you cannot undo it after the fact. It's like permanent on that layer.
Yeah.
You can, this is what you can do, is you could always add a new empty layer and then you do sample all layers. So you could have a layer of your blurring or your smudging that you can toggle on and off. So up there at the top, it says sample all layers.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, that works. And I'll smudge this little doggy too. I like this tool. I'm gonna go super overboard.
Yeah.
Everything you see me do in the next few edits is just smudged.
Right. Everybody's like, I need glasses.
I'm like, why is it so blurry?
Blurry.
I mean, this, I don't know how it looked like if I smudged her because she's supposed to be crispy, but like on the dogs, it looks good. Yeah, cool. Well, I'll add some shadows to them now by creating another color fill layer. And
yeah, thank you, Wade. Wade says the blur tool is so slow. He wonders if he's using it right. Same here, man. Especially if it's such a high res image.
Yeah.
The key thing with those two tools is they can be slow. So if you really crank up the smudge tool, there will be a delay depending on how fast your computer is. So.
Oh, wait, still on the smudge tool. Yeah, I've never used that. I like tried to, and I just didn't understand how it worked. And there's a few other tools that I don't understand in Photoshop, but I haven't had to use them, so.
Yeah.
Too much.
Mensa likes your Instagram, your vibrant and bold color palettes.
Thank you.
Sweet. And yeah, that's one way to describe it. Sweet.
Sweet. Super sweet.
A sweetness, because it's some of it's like candy.
Some of it does have candy. Okay, we're just gonna paint this. And also, I think the original image of this dog had shadows, so I could just like leave that in, but we're gonna do this one. We're gonna do this method now. There's many different ways you could do shadows too.
Yeah, this is working now.
Yeah. And I probably won't get it completely correct because I'm not painting with my Wacom right now. It's kind of hard to get the softness of it right. But usually with my Wacom tablet, I can like adjust the pressure with my hand. Yeah, with the
pressure of your pen.
Yes.
Ah, cool.
Correct.
Yeah, I went. Excuse me. I went for 20 plus years or so without having a Wacom, and I just got one, and I'm like,
no way.
This is easy, yeah.
What did you use before?
Nothing. He used the mouse. I was just a mouse jockey, which is totally fine. Totally works.
Wow, I have respect for you.
When painting things like this, especially like we were talking about hair yesterday, I was never able to do hair.
Oh yeah.
It's just like any of those smooth lines, never able to do it without.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like mouse is the hardest one out of like trackpad, mouse.
Yeah. I think a mouse and you're using the pen tool, that's what, if you're just starting out, people probably struggle with that the most.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like if I didn't have my trackpad or Wacom tablet, I would probably use the pen tool to like draw everything. Because there's no way I can get a smooth line with just a mouse.
Yeah. But we also have, we're working on, there is Photoshop on the iPad. So there's always Apple Pencil.
Right. I don't have an iPad, but I always see my friends using it and it's super cool.
Yeah, it might be kind of interesting for you to.
Yeah.
I think it's great for Illustrator on the iPad. I love Illustrator on the iPad.
Oh. So do you create 3D objects for your composites ever?
Sometimes. Like I actually use like Adobe Stock. A lot of the stuff, yeah. I mean, it just depends on that's why I was thinking about these dogs. I would try to go find these dogs out there. I wouldn't necessarily model them from scratch, but sometimes I'll go out to like Turbo Squid or Adobe Stock, grab a 3D model and then use like Dimension to get the angle right. Because if we wanted to turn these dogs into like balloons, you want to be able to rotate that dog different angles. So that's what I would use it for.
So would you start with a dog as an image or like would you make it from scratch?
It depends on the object, whether I would model it or not. Modeling is a whole other
Oh,
deal. So
I'm
I
really
also have Cinema
interested.
4D. So
Oh, huh.
I would use that to model. And the dog is simplistic enough, you could do it.
Yeah.
But a lot of basic shapes are actually out there, like available for free. So if you need it, I do a lot with skulls, as people know, and things like that. Like you
Mm-hmm.
could find basic shapes for free out there, just like you can with still images. You need a sunset. Yeah, you can find a sunset. Same thing with
Oh,
3D. So most things you could actually just like find. Um,
on
yeah.
Cinema 4D,
On you could find it. I use like
Turbo Squid.
Turbo
Okay.
Squid, because you could search for free. So you could type in skull
Oh,
and then the price you set to free, and then you can find all their free elements. And Adobe Stock works the same way. You could set,
yeah.
instead of searching images, you could search for free and search dog,
Yeah.
some things like that.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm really interested in creating or like learning how to model 3D objects because I feel like it'd just be so much easier for some things that I'm editing
Yeah.
in than finding like some realistic, I don't know, object that I'm trying to put in my photo. Because
Yes.
sometimes the lighting is off or I don't know.
And you know what? Ooh, and by the way, just like awesome. Shinobu uses Cinema 4D, saves a lot of time. That's awesome.
That's
That's very
yeah.
cool. But there's also Pixel Squid.
Pixel
I know we have
Squid.
Turbo Squid, we got Pixel Squid. So
Huh.
we'll have to talk later or whenever about Pixel Squid, because everything, all the
Yeah.
3D objects are already rendered. So if you want a dog, you could find this dog, and it has renders of a dog from all these different sides. And
What?
they're already layers in Photoshop. So it's already set to go. So it's 3D for those who use Photoshop. It's like the easiest thing you can do. And probably the stuff that I've made the fastest, I've used Pixel Squid for.
Oh,
The,
what?
the
Really?
yeah, so the
That's
drawback is
cool.
you can't control the lighting because it's already rendered.
Uh-huh.
But it is already there. So if you wanted a plane from like any sort of view, you can rotate it, and there's your plane going up to the side, to da da da. So
Huh.
anyway,
Wow. Okay. After this, because I'm super intrigued.
you would, yeah, we'll have to, and it has its own Photoshop plugin panel. So you literally use
Oh.
you just use a panel and plugin, and you type in dog or dog bone, and then you just
Oh.
drop it right into your file, and then you're able to rotate it. It's fun.
Huh. Wow. Well, that'll be a cool
Yeah.
path to go on.
And then for you, like like let them, they're a small shop, so like let them know, because you got a
Oh,
good
cool.
social media following. So it'd be like, as
Yeah.
soon as you include something, hit them up and say, hey, Pixel Squid, I use this in my project. And the next
Okay.
thing you know, they'll want to feature you as like somebody who used their product.
Cool.
I
Okay.
mean, they're small, they're awesome. Okay, good. Manash says Pixel Squid is the bomb. Oh, good. Thank you for that
Ah.
confirmation.
Thank you for the confirmation.
And Ferry, I agree. Ferry says if you want a realistic result, photograph it, and that's what makes your stuff so good. Natalia is like, you
Yeah.
will. Nothing beats a photograph. You're trying to simulate this stuff. If you can take a photo of it, that's your best bet.
Yes. I try to, well, where I look for props is usually like thrift stores or dollar stores or like Amazon too. I just like order it and then like shoot it. And then sometimes I just return it if I don't do anything with it.
Yeah,
But
gotcha.
I try to get the prop in my hands if I can.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, because I was like, I was wondering if you had a big prop closet
I do. I do have a
full
prop
of
closet.
clothes and.
Clothes, there's some vintage bride dresses that I have. I have around four.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
um,
When people open that closet, they're like, "Wait, what's going? Is there some stuff you're not telling me?"
there's like
You're like, "Yeah,
flowers. There's
I've just been married 4 times.
yeah, it's in my past life. I just collect them.
I've been collecting husbands and dresses." No, just
Yeah. There's bones in there too.
yeah, and yeah. Oh, your closet's probably too much.
But I also have like some really interesting things like a light up hat or there's a ton of flowers, of course. like butterfly nets. I just collect all the random stuff, and my parents are tired of the closet.
Yeah.
They're like, can you just throw some stuff away? I'm like, no, I'm gonna use it for later.
That's funny.
It wasn't only for just one photo.
That's why you got a place in New York City. Your
Yes.
home's full of props.
Yeah,
You're
I
like,
just
I
have
guess
to
I
move.
gotta move. There's too much stuff. I guess I gotta move.
That's what happens when I collect too much stuff. I just move to a new place
Yeah.
and leave it as my storage bin.
Yeah. Storage.
Storage house.
Storage house. All right.
I'm gonna decrease the highlights because it's a little too bright. And then I'll add some shadows around her hand, but the bone is looking good. And I'll fix the masking too. I'm honestly surprised at how quick I did this one because I was figuring it out when I was editing this the first time. And so this one probably took me like, I don't know, like 5-6 hours because I didn't know what images I wanted to use or anything. But this time I'm like, I have a plan.
Oh, good. Yeah, so the second time doing it, comes together much faster.
Yeah.
Which we've all learned that when we lose a file. We've all been there.
Oh God.
You're like, oh, I lost. Can you? I don't know about you, but like, it's been, knock on wood, but it's been forever since I've like lost a file and had to redo everything. What are your thoughts?
It's been a while because I always make sure the recovery save is on like every 10 minutes. And so, well, you can see like this file right here next to it, my Photoshop crashed because it was too full. So this one was recovered. Okay. But that's what saves me.
Yes. And I think that's it. It's like the recovery file. Like,
yeah,
if it wasn't for that.
Gosh. I'd live life being afraid. And that looks good. Let's see if I have anything else to do, but I feel like we're pretty much done. I'll do some highlights on her face. And for dodging and burning, I create a new layer. I fill it with...
No issue on my end.
Sorry. I fill it with 50%... Come on. I fill it with 50% gray, soft light for blending mode, and then I go to dodge to bring out the highlights of her skin. If it was a closer up portrait, then we would do more work on skin, but this is pretty far away, so we don't need to do that much. And then I go on the cheekbones. It's just like makeup. And then I go like on the forehead a little bit, and then like on the brow bone too. And it's all really subtle, so you can go overboard if you just like stare at it for too long and like keep adding. Yeah. But and then I also go on the eyes too. And yeah, it's just super subtle. But it helps make her skin pop a little bit more. And then I also like on like legs and stuff. Oh, I need to fix that. On like legs and stuff, I will also like dodge and burn too, to just bring out the dimension. Yeah. I'll, like highlight here. Maybe highlight like here, and then we'll go to burn, and then we'll just darken the places that are already dark, like down here.
And you're so you're just burning on that 50% gray layer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then nice. Here. But yeah, that's why I prefer to paint on makeup in Photoshop, because I can undo it, but in real life you just have to do it physically, and that just takes too much time. Digitally, so much easier.
Yeah, totally.
Nice.
She looks great, of course.
Yeah.
It's like there's not a lot of touch up.
There's not a lot of touch up I need to do, honestly. And I'm gonna go and just fix these little parts. Let's see, which layer am I on? Oh, brush tool. Sometimes when I'm like, why isn't my brush or tool working? It's because I'm on a different tool that shouldn't be working on that layer. And then I'll go in the little corners.
What's your resolution at for this? Do we know?
This is, I actually decreased it from the last time that we worked on it. So it renders quicker, but it's only 10.
Okay, cool.
10 inches,
9
and
inches,
then 240.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think originally it was 30 inches. So it was bigger.
And it might have just gotten like too heavy, too big of a file sort of thing. And you're like, maybe I could drop it down a little bit.
Yeah. For the live especially, I didn't want it to like crash or I don't know, just be lagging. So this is a lot easier. I think we're good. This is before and after. Let me add some coloring to the back and add some dimensions. So I'm gonna go to solid color.
I agree, Mensa. I really like the bone as well. It's like, oh, that bone. The bone on the ground too.
The bone. Yeah, all about the details. And also, like when I was putting this all together, I wasn't sure what elements I wanted yet. So like spaces were empty and I was like, what other things do dogs do? Oh, they chew bones. Let me put a bone. And then clouds. But I didn't want anything too empty spaced.
Yeah.
Then it'd be like a desert. I'm gonna paint on a light pink soft light from this angle. I could also create a gradient, but I'm just gonna paint. And then,
how did you color match all of those assets, all the photos together?
I didn't have to do very much for these ones because they were very similar to like my image, but I used like colorful layers and then also curve layers to like fix the lighting and then color balance too. Cool. Just like shift the midtones and whatnot. So that adds a little bit of light. So your eye goes from here to here more.
Thanks, Shannon. Great meeting you.
And then I'm going to add some darker parts too, some shadows.
Yeah, do you have this file saved?
This file?
Yeah.
No.
You should I don't know.
No.
I mean, you don't have to, but it might be kind of nice if you don't lose your stuff.
I have the, well, do you want to see? I have this one.
Interesting.
Yeah. I already have the other one, so I don't need to save this one yet.
Okay. Just checking. Whatever you want to do. And I'm curious as to like I would love to compare this one with the one you did before versus this one.
Yeah,
they're both slightly different, and it would just be fun to kind of compare the two side by side.
Well, this one I did a lot lighter.
Yeah.
For the pinks, and then the bones are, I think I used a different bone for this one, or I cut it out differently, and then the clouds are pretty much the same, and then these ones pretty much the same too. Yeah, it's pretty
nice,
pretty similar.
I like it.
Nice.
Let us know if you have questions.
Yeah,
we have Natalia Seth, Escaping Youth, here for we've gone about 40 minutes. So we have you for another 45, and then we'll get into the artist spotlight. So check that out and submit your portfolio.
Yeah.
So we could rip it to shreds, so you tear you down and build you back up. Just
right. I am happy with this. So this is, well, I'll do it before and after. This is before, and then this is after. Yay! And I have another one planned.
Yeah, let's do it.
The next one.
And by the way, like, you know, soft clap since the mic's right here. That looks great, Natalia.
Thank you. Thank you. This next one is a self-portrait. So I don't know if you've seen this one, but
how are you?
I did a photo inspired by Violet from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. when her head like blows up blue, or her entire body blows up as a blueberry.
Yeah.
So I'm going to reset the settings and then go and fix the colors. And we're gonna go to my presets. I have a lot of presets. I'm gonna go to my presets and then go to soft dreams. No? Okay, soft dreams. And I'm gonna make the blue a little more that, not aqua. And then like that. And shift the greens. And then also change the color of my wig. There we go. And then maybe a little bit lighter. Highlights down. I like a low contrast look. So
Yeah.
I like very colorful, low contrast, and then soft highlights. Kind of like film, but a little bit more vibrant. It's kind of like Wes Anderson's color palette. I love that vibe.
Cool.
And I think I'm gonna bring the luminance of the blues up too. Let's zoom in and see.
Yeah, no, neither worked.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And then I took a lot of photos of blueberries. So I took them from like different angles. And these are just to edit around me. So
Yeah.
they're going to be really huge around me sitting in the middle. So I already
That's
edited
awesome.
those ones. And we're going to bring it into Photoshop, which I already have pulled up.
Yeah. And it's nice that you already have those, you have those blueberries, the same settings, same everything. So it's like so much, the lighting's the same.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. Like you don't have to worry so much about color matching because it's already in the same environment.
Yeah. Yeah, like easy things like that, like blueberries. Like I'll take the photo instead of trying to find a blueberry.
You don't need to. Yeah. And it's when you, again, nothing beats a photograph.
Nothing beats a photograph.
That's good.
And I'm gonna make it like that. Actually, so I mentioned this yesterday, but I took expansion photos so that I can make the photo bigger when I don't have enough space or canvas. So I'm gonna go back or I could also try this. I could try color, content aware fill. Did it select it? Can't see. Okay, there we go.
Hello.
I can try content aware fill and see what it does. I'm always curious to see if it works. Oh, wait. What did it do? Content aware fill. Oh, wait. Why is it like that?
You selected the transparent part too, right? Why is it?
Correct.
Yeah. Wait, I'm so confused.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Here. I will.
Well,
Okay.
maybe.
Go back and do that.
Content aware fill. Let's give it a second.
Okay.
Just hit apply and see what happens.
Or maybe
I don't know.
I should do this.
Oh, don't?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Because,
Why is it not
I'm
filling it
so
in?
confused what it's doing right now.
It's doing it. Is it doing it? Or maybe you're zooming in. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to press OK and see what it does.
Why did it just fill? All right, we need your help, Mensa and Hooray and Wade, Vikram. Let us know what's going on.
Usually it works. Right now it's not. So
well, you're grabbing the wrong tool right now.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, rectangle.
Oh, that's why. Okay,
So
got
this is
it.
doing like 1 pixel.
I got it.
We figured it out.
We figured it out. Yeah, it's like silly stuff like that that confuses me. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? But it's right in front of me. So it did a
It's
pretty good
gonna-
job with the grass,
yeah.
but
Should be.
the tree is repeating. So maybe I'll like delete this. See how it looks. And then this part I usually just like play around with to make the, oh, not that, to make the trees like not repeat.
Yeah.
So I would just like erase this part because the green selects what it is trying to copy in the selected part.
Mm-hmm.
So you can erase with like this tool
Should I be getting it
like
now?
that.
Let's see.
Let's see.
We do have to wait for, of course, the computer to go through this work because it's.
Yeah.
See, that looked weird. I guess that's about as close as you're gonna get it, even though you can sense a pattern in the trees and stuff.
That's probably the closest.
You could always like try to randomize that somehow, like yourself, maybe.
I usually use the clone stamp tool if like
Yeah.
with the content aware fill, if it's looking like this.
Yeah.
So we can try that out too.
I would do the same.
I mean, the grass looks great.
Grass looks
grass looks
beautiful. Like,
Amazing.
is this at your house, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, this is in my backyard.
Tell your dad that, like, man, good job on his lawn care. I'm so jealous. Like, that's,
Oh yeah.
it's also not easy. I don't know, depending on where you live. Like, yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Mr. Seth. Did a
he
great
takes
job there.
Good care of his, oh, wrong layer. He takes good care of his lawn. And I'm gonna see what it does with this. I mean, this is a tool that amazes me because this is something I had to do manually like a few years ago with just like clone stamps. So it's amazing. Love it.
So should I
That looks weird.
or just minimize
We're gonna erase a little bit of here.
it? So you want me to disconnect the root pen?
And then, oh, that looks weird.
You're good.
I would probably also just clone stamp the trees at this
Yeah.
point because I mean the grass looks okay, but I could try it again one more time. It's a lot of just experimenting
Yeah.
because this is all like AI.
Mm-hmm. And see to
Figuring
see
it
how
out.
close it gets you. Like, it might get some of the job done. And then, yeah,
Mhm.
you're gonna have to go in, and it's nice that the computer needs us for at least some things.
I think I lost
See,
the record.
yes, computer does need human. I'm gonna cancel this, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to content aware scale. Oop, not like that. But sometimes the content aware scale
I lost
looks
it to make sure.
good.
You kind of need to
Uh,
get rid of that house for sure.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna get rid of it.
Do whatever you're gonna do.
I'll do clone stamp.
Oh,
So I already have,
that's
well, I already
fine.
have the
It's
expansion
fine.
images, but I feel like this is a good
Our-
like lesson on fixing things when you don't have those expansion images.
Cool.
So we're gonna get rid of the house by clone stamping. Love clone stamping, it's amazing. And then, oh, make sure that your clone stamp is set to current and below,
Thank you so much
and
for
that you're
taking
painting
time
on a new
to
layer.
us. You're out of the office the next 2 weeks.
And we're gonna paint this. Paint, paint, paint. It's already looking good. And then we'll
Enjoy your
fix
vacation.
the repeating patterns afterwards too.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
And I'm just like randomizing it too, just like pressing different sources.
Mm-hmm.
And I go over here.
Now that's a good question. What's the most difficult thing to do in Photoshop and Lightroom?
Most difficult?
Most difficult.
I mean, I would say things that I don't know how to do, like 3D,
Yeah.
because some things are just like time consuming, but not difficult.
I think, at least for me, would like to be better at matching the graininess of one photo to another. Because when you're compositing, you need to have the graininess match as well. Like how do you do that? Do you go in and like somehow, yeah. So that's something that I, off the top of my head, might be kind of difficult.
Yeah. It's just about matching everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the graininess is a good one. Because like sometimes the grain like in Photoshop doesn't match it completely. And you have to like keep playing with like the noise and everything of it.
Yeah. Like does noise do it? And I think what a lot of people do is you try to match it. And then what you do is you do some processing to the whole photo, like the photo as a whole at the end, to where you'll just apply a grain or sharpness or something to the whole photo, and that kind of ties it together a little better.
Right.
Yeah, let us know what you guys have a hard time doing. Mensa says flyaway hairs and believable shadows. Good call.
Believable shadows, yes. I mean, I still struggle with shadows. That's why like I spend so long on all my composites, is that I'm trying to make it look realistic, but it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. If flyaway hairs, yeah, those are annoying.
Yeah, for sure. But this is
we're just clone stamping right now.
Yeah, do your thing.
Clone stamping away.
New filter, pixel match. Mensa.
What's
pixel match? I don't know.
That?
I'm gonna take a look right now. Oh, you need a new filter that is pixel match. Okay.
Oh.
It would be nice if there's a new filter that's pixel match. Okay, that makes sense.
That would be cool. What is one thing that you think should be in the next update of Photoshop? Is there anything that would help the workflow?
I have some dream features that I would love to see us have. Like if there's some way to maybe you have a flat photo of a car, but if you could somehow, using Adobe Sensei, rotate this flat image to show the other side of the car, something like that.
That would be crazy.
You could fill stuff like we're doing a fill with flat image, but what if you could do a fill by rotating the objects? Or just like, can you define a mesh of a flat photo? Like here's the angles, like you give it the angles and stuff, kind of like outline it, and then you're able to rotate it, and then it would fill it in on the other side. That'd be cool.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah, that would be, because like you're saying, you shot something and you need a slightly different angle. Imagine if it could just interpret that slightly different angle.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Because otherwise, what does it mean? You gotta like launch C4D and model it. And no.
Yeah.
Ooh, Fairy says a better magnetic lasso tool.
Oh,
that's a good suggestion.
I don't use magnetic lasso tool.
I don't either, because it's just not. I don't think it's there yet. Like when we first launched it, whatever. Like, but what I'm looking at right now,
I'm trying it out right now. Well, oh yeah, whoa, it's a little jagged.
Yeah,
but
yeah, typically because it just doesn't know where to. That's a pretty detailed image.
Yeah. But this is what we did with the clone stamp tool, which is pretty solid. I would like probably go in and fix or like touch it up, but for now this is pretty good.
Yeah, no, it looks great, and you'll have other things in front of it, blah blah blah. Like you don't need to kill yourself making the background more detailed or whatever if it's going to be covered up. We are working on a content-aware tracing tool, which is in technology previews. So,
what is content-aware tracing tool? It'll just it'll select
it's
it?
very much like it's very much like the magnetic lasso tool.
Oh, okay.
But yes, so it's funny that
I am selecting my head right now because I'm gonna make it bigger. And this is on a new layer that I duplicated, but we'll get rid of the hand. Yeah, we can make it as big as we want. And then place it back. Yeah, that's a good size head.
That's funny.
And we're gonna get rid of the hand. Erase it. Flow up. Erase our hand. And then we'll clone stamp where the hand is overlapping my hair. Let me lower the opacity, see where. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut out the hand. And that's looking good.
It is looking good.
Little brush tool. Cool, cool, cool.
It's looking good. Yeah, so I'll try to show, well, actually, maybe I won't, maybe later. So when we do the artist spotlight, when we switch to my screen, I might have a chance to show anything anybody wants to see. Like that new, it's under technology previews, and you can kind of get an idea about it.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna get a little sneak peek?
Yeah.
Wow.
A little sneak peek, and it should be something that you have access to today.
Really?
Yeah, you just gotta like turn it on under preferences.
Oh.
And
it just came out today.
About it. Yeah.
Oh.
This is not ready for prime times. We don't talk about it, but we want people to test it.
Okay. Well,
and you're right, Fairy. That's what it does. It tries to find the edges of the object, but it does a way better job than the magnetic lasso tool.
That's cool. And I'm just smoothing out the edges because they're pretty rough right now. Just painting. My trackpad hands are actually doing a great job right now. I'm very proud. And
it is working out well.
Like that. Funny. And then we're gonna get rid of my hand. So I'm making a new layer, then clipping it. And we're gonna clone stamp this too. Clone stamp my hair out, or hand out.
Work it.
Work it.
And it's nice, this is really just from like one photo, and I think your results are pretty darn good.
Yeah, just one photo. And then afterwards, we'll do some skin retouching and then turn my face blue.
Do you do a lot of animation? Do you do much animation?
I don't. I've
really
like played around with it.
Yeah.
A little bit, but that would be really cool to learn too. That's on my list with 3D modeling.
Yeah, exactly. Like we get it. The list. Yeah, there's
The
things
list.
we need to learn.
I want to learn this eventually.
Yeah, I feel like those are two, but I don't want to project because I'm like, oh, animation and 3D. Those are hot topics for me. I don't know if other people think that. I think they're cool topics.
I think they're cool. I mean, I've seen some of your animation work, and I think it's really cool.
Oh, thanks. Like, because what artist hasn't, like, when you complete a piece, you're like, it would be really cool if these things floated off the screen.
Right? Right? I want to make my images move.
Yeah.
No idea how to, but I want to learn.
I think it's not that hard. I actually did a masterclass on Friday where I went through animation for Photoshop users. And I did the design in Photoshop, brought it into After Effects. I think I did a good job of like really just like explaining how to animate. And what it was is it was like a sun going around a person's head. and the lighting was changing too. So I thought it was kind of cool.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wait,
and it's
really?
like pretty straightforward to understand. I could be wrong. But I liked it.
Okay.
You know, sometimes that's one of those things where like, I really did a good job there. I don't always do a good job, but I did a good job there.
Well,
Good
I want to
job,
watch
me.
it. Is it still up? Like, can I still watch it?
Yeah. Yes. it
Okay.
is.
I will watch it. It's from last Friday.
Yeah, I'll have to dig it up because trust me, it's hard enough. It's hard finding things sometimes.
It's hard finding things. There's a lot of live streams every day.
Yeah.
I'm clearing my skin right now with the spot removal tool,
Yeah.
and it's doing a great job. No more pimples. Yes.
Mhm.
And okay, we're looking good. We're looking good. We're gonna add some shadows below my head too. I'm gonna bring my entire head a little bit lower, like that. It's a little bit too high. Okay, a little bit lower. Yeah.
It's
There we
looking
go.
good.
And then we have to fix the hand again. So we're gonna erase, and go back, lower opacity, and get those fingers back. Painting that. Okay, cool.
Yes. Mensa, you're right. The gradient sunglasses piece was one I did on Friday. But anyway.
Ah,
You guys get it.
they get it. They know. Okay, we're just gonna roughly do this because I wanted to turn my face blue. Okay, cool.
That worked out really well. I love how your hair is already very much like a blueberry. Your hair has like the perfect shape.
Right?
And the hand is adorable.
The little hand is like
It's such adorable. It's so adorable.
the little mini hand. So we're gonna use color fill layers to make my face blue. Surprise, surprise. And gonna create a clipping mask, and then we're gonna make it soft light. I might add a few layers, but we're gonna make it soft light.
Yeah.
Oops. That was a mistake. And we're gonna paint on the bottom because it's gonna be rising blue. Oh, and we can erase it from the hair afterwards. Paint it like here.
Don't you hate it when you eat a blueberry and start turning into one? Isn't that just so annoying?
Wouldn't it be
So
great
annoying.
if we just we just turned into the color of whatever we ate?
Yeah.
Blueberry.
You eat a lot of McDonald's, Paul, don't you? You look
Just
like
like
a
bright yellow.
Yeah. Just like an unnatural
Strawberry.
yellow.
Yeah.
I start looking like Ronald McDonald.
You become him.
Yeah, my hair just turns red and I get really pale.
Your nose starts
My hair is
becoming...
red and curly. Yeah, exactly. My nose is red.
It's just like a really slow transition. So like the in-between looks really weird.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use blend if layers too to bring in the highlights. And I'm gonna make another layer. Well, let me play around with the color of this one first. Let's see, maybe something like that.
What is your Natalia, do you have like a favorite? Do you have like a favorite candy or
Oh,
yeah, do you have like a go-to? I know some people like prefer, say, either chocolate or like gummy. I don't know what camp you fall into, or both.
I really love chocolate. Like whenever I go get ice cream, I try to get, well, not the most chocolatey flavor because that's just too much. But like cookies and cream is nice. Nutella is nice.
Okay.
That's full
That
chocolate.
sounds nice.
I am a big fan of chocolate and gummies and sour stuff.
Okay, that's what I
Like
was
Sour
wondering.
Patch Kids.
Because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge sour fan. I was just kind of testing a theory that like people that really like chocolate don't necessarily go for the sour gummy flavor. But I might be wrong. Like
I
'cause
like
again,
both.
yeah.
I'm not a picky eater, but
Okay.
I love both.
Yeah. They could
Wait,
be
what
like,
do you like?
they're like, Natalia, stay away from those blueberries. They're going to turn you into a blueberry. You're like, I'm not picky. I'm going to eat them. No, just
Yeah, I'm
joking.
not picky. Come on, guys.
But yeah, I like chocolate. Like chocolate and peanut butter is my go-to. Like that's always a good thing.
Chocolate and peanut butter. So Reese's Cups.
Well, and I'll tell you what, the Reese's started making an all peanut butter cup.
No way.
Yeah, so
Does that taste good?
I think it's good. If
Really?
you know Reese's Pieces, you know
Yeah.
the peanut butter in a Reese's Pieces. Imagine if you had if that replaced the chocolate in a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh,
So it's the
okay.
Reese's peanut butter like covering a Reese's peanut butter cup. So it's a
Okay.
whole lot of peanut butter. People are like, why don't you just eat the peanut butter? I'm like, it's not the same.
I mean,
Anyways, I've been waiting for this for months, by the way, months. I saw it online. I'm like, I've been waiting. And yeah, I have overdid it.
So is there a lot of these Reese's peanut butter things in your household?
There was. They don't last long. They disappear fast. I'll go in and buy a lot of them and then they just disappear.
Oh, well, I have to try it. I like peanut butter. I don't know to the extent of you, but
yeah,
they're good. It's good.
It's nice finding the balance. I'm like, okay, well, maybe a little bit of chocolate would be good, but this certainly is amazing. So
yeah.
And it's not as weird as the cheese and coffee that we talked about yesterday.
Oh
as
my
Fairy
God.
is bringing up.
I don't know what that. How?
Like so it sounds horrible, but I think the components are there for it to be good.
Okay.
You just can't call it cheese and coffee. Like you can't do that. But the components are there because it's like it's a fat and like a carb. Might be a little salty. Well, I could see that, like salted caramel. Like you still have to balance it out. And I'm kind of getting a stomachache thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody went through the phase of like putting butter in coffee. Do you remember that? Like,
wait, I've never heard of
bulletproof
that.
coffee. Come on, bulletproof coffee. Anybody?
What?
You have to blend it. So you got to get good butter. Just don't take your average butter, but get some good butter and you blend it, and it makes it almost like a coffee instantly, like a latte.
Oh.
You know, but again, you're consuming so many calories in that cup since you're also drinking butter, which does not sound good. I'm grossing myself out now.
That just sounds like a dessert at that point.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. At what point does it stop becoming coffee?
Yeah,
it's something else entirely.
The base is coffee, but there are 10 other ingredients that make it taste so good.
Yeah.
But it also will fill you up for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
It's a whole meal.
Yeah, I don't need to be weighed down first thing in the morning.
Oh.
butter or cheese. Like, I don't know. It's
Imagine you go over to someone's house and they're like, how do you like your coffee? And you're like, actually put cheese in it, please. Or butter.
No,
just like the most random thing.
No, they're like, hey, how would you like your coffee? Do you like a cheddar, a Gruyere? How do you want your coffee?
Like,
American? Oh, you want American cheese? Okay, you got it. It's
okay,
like American
just
cheese
rip
melted
it
over the top. Sarah torn it. Oh, what are we talking about, guys? This is getting to me. But this photo looks gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
Still very Willy Wonka, like you said. Getting Beatles vibes, like Yellow Submarine. I get it, Mensa.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the blue turned out good. This is before and this is after. And I did some coloring to it too. That was before and this is after. I might go with selective color and play with the greens too and see what that does. Something, maybe go like that, like this. Yeah. And play around with the sliders.
And just
That's cool.
time check. We have about 20 minutes, and then we'll do our artist spotlight. So get your work in.
Great. And then sometimes I like to play with the whites and just see what it does. It just like messes up the highlights, but sometimes it looks cool. Do you ever play with selective color with the whites?
No,
of
I
the image?
haven't.
It
I'm realizing
creates some
how-
cool
Yeah,
results sometimes.
yeah, it's fun to play with. Again, this is good. That's why I'm glad everybody's watching.
Yeah.
You know, like exposing you to new ways to work, because selective cover I don't use that much, but like it's fun watching it, how it changes the image.
Yeah. There we go. And then we're going to add a big blueberry now. Or wait, let me add shadow underneath my head first to make it more realistic. We'll go with like a blue shadow. Press OK. And then multiply, Command I. And then we'll zoom in and paint in our shadow. Oh, too dark.
So just right underneath. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, just like
a
shadow right underneath.
I see what you're doing.
There we go. Because if I had a big head, it would have a big shadow. Imagine if all our heads were just like this too. Super big.
It'd be hilarious.
That would be funny. We all have like different sizes of heads. Some are really big.
It reminds me of those wasn't Steve Martin, Doc Martin, the shoes?
Yeah, Doc Martens.
Maybe it was those. It was, anyways, there was a fashion brand where all the ads were like people with big heads and big hands and big feet, and their bodies were like little and skinny, but it was very like playful and fun.
That's cool. I like that.
It was mentioned in Wolf of Wall Street, because that was a brand that they messed with. So I can't remember. Maybe somebody online knows.
That's cool.
Steve Madden. He was Steve Madden.
Steve Madden. Okay. I like commercials like that where it's a little surreal, a little off.
The Steve Madden ads. That's what it was. You'll have to check it out. Yeah, I'm sending you all these links via Instagram. Just I'm messaging you them, okay?
Okay.
Just to look at.
I will look at all of them. I'm looking for my favorite color lookup, fall colors. And I'm just gonna add a little bit to it. Teensy weensy bit. Cool. I just wanted to warm up the image a little bit. And then we're going to add a blueberry now. So we're gonna go back to Lightroom and pick one of our blueberries. Actually, wait, I already pulled them up in Photoshop. Prepared. And then let me pick a blueberry. There we go.
There we are. I have a feeling this blueberry is going to get pretty big, isn't it?
It's going to get pretty big. I'm actually going to make my canvas or image size a bit smaller so my thing doesn't crash.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to make
save it. Like, you don't have to, but
nah.
only if you want to.
Only if I want to.
I'd hate for you to redo all your work.
15 inches.
So yeah, Jan, I think the butter and tea that they would do in the Gobi Desert, sure. Yeah. Anyways, people are still talking about butter coffee. And I apologize to everybody for even getting that conversation started. Sorry.
It's an important conversation.
Welcome. Basmala is here. You were never late. You were right on time, and we're happy to have you.
You're right on time.
Welcome.
We're cutting some blueberries out.
Through the magic of technology, you actually did that pretty fast. And you can always kind of scrub through and see what we've done up to this point.
Yep.
Blueberry. I
We
love
have our
like blueberries
blueberries.
are probably my favorite fruit. Like it's
Ah.
always like my go-to. I literally have it. I always have blueberries and yogurt in the
Oh, well, this
morning is.
morning I had blackberries and oatmeal.
Ooh, okay. That would be
Blackberries are
good.
good.
Good for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it when you have fruit, you're like, fruit's amazing. I need to have more fruit. Don't you think that?
Yes, and
Like fruit is good.
I love smoothies.
Smoothies are good too. Oh
Yeah.
man, I want a smoothie.
I actually still need my coffee for today. Not to bring it back, but I still need my coffee.
Yeah, I'm having my blueberry coffee.
Oh, blueberry coffee.
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
delicious.
that sounds good. We are just cutting this blueberry out. And let's see. We're going to make it a lot bigger.
Yeah.
But
This so a blueberry is something interesting because like you could always like take a sphere and map this blueberry photo to the sphere and then rotate the sphere and then you'd have a blueberry from like different angles.
oh,
Just thinking out loud on my
that sounds cool. I feel like
Yeah.
any spherical objects are easy to
yeah. Yeah, and the thing is you're starting with a photo like this.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, well, if you wanted this blueberry from a different angle, how would you do that? And that's a possibility. It's going to take more work. So it just would just depend on how many different ones you need. But this totally works. Because then you'd need like a bump map to get the depth, you know, so it has like that shadow in places. But anyway.
Yeah. Shadows.
Durian. People like durian. Durian's the smelly fruit, isn't it?
The smelly fruit.
Isn't it smelly and spiky and looks like it came from an alien planet? You're like, what are you doing here? You got the wrong multiverse or something, you know?
Yeah. Do you like durian?
I haven't had it enough. Being in the US, it's not like you just really find it in the stores. So
yeah.
It's
good. I mean, I wouldn't eat it every single day, but it's good.
It's good, but it smells bad, doesn't it? You like almost
it smells pungent.
Yeah.
Very pungent.
Like not breathe in when you're eating it.
Yeah. I had a durian bubble tea once.
Was it good?
It was, well, my entire drink just smelled the entire time.
Yeah.
And then I was also consuming it. And it was just a lot for my senses at the same time.
I could see that.
But it was good, just too much.
Yeah, I can see that. Fairy thinks durian smells fantastic and tastes so sweet. Good for you. I'm glad you like it. That's awesome.
Good for you. We mean our blueberry.
I'm glad you're not eating a durian and turning into a durian.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be my next edit, actually. I just smell like a durian all the time.
And you just start to get all these spikes in your face.
All these spikes. Oh my gosh, we're gonna just turn into fruit now. Fruits and veggies. Instead of veggie tails, it's fruit tails.
Yeah.
I'm just shading this blueberry now. Pressing OK.
Let us know if you guys have any questions about this process. And if you scroll through Escaping Youth on Instagram, you might be able to spot this photo, but please don't go anywhere. Just like hang out with us.
Don't go anywhere.
Would be great.
Also, fun fact, this photo was a result of a TikTok like bet that I had with my followers, because I think I said if I could like hit 320K, so it was like a long time ago, if I could hit 320K in like 24 hours, then I would do whatever the top comment says for a photo shoot. And so the top comment was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And so yeah,
that's a good one. Good. Like I would be happy to doesn't that sound awesome?
Yeah, I was happy too. There was like some other like really outrageous ideas that I don't know if I would be the happiest to do, because they were just like rainbow pooping unicorn, blah blah blah. I was like, oh my god, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do that, but this was the top comment, so it turned out good, and I made a whole series out of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And all these blueberries have like the right lighting, but I'm just adding more shading because if this blueberry was like closer to us, it would be, I don't know, a little bit darker on the bottom. So we're adding more shading. And then we're gonna make it blurry too. So we're going to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And we're gonna make it blurry. Maybe
Nice.
9. A little less. Also, like in terms of blurriness, I pay attention to how blurry like the background is or like other objects in the frame. And so like the background isn't too blurry. So I'm not gonna make this extremely fuzzy. I think around there is good.
Do you ever sometimes like exaggerate that? Maybe you'll exaggerate the blur or the like, do you ever, like, if you're trying to make something realistic? I don't know if you do.
Oh, yeah, sometimes. I sometimes like make the blur like really blurry if it's like really close to the lens to the point where you can't tell what it is. It's just like a little like color gradient. Like to the side. That's also like another way where I can like fill the frame if I have too much empty space.
Yeah.
I like
I've noticed that. I noticed people do that. Like it's like gives it depth and just, I don't know, kind of like, I don't know if it just like, yeah, it mainly gives it depth, kind of ties it all together.
Yeah, it gives it depth. Because I want to make it look like it's a whole scene happening, not like just like a 2D.
Yeah.
Here's just me smiling. This is a whole thing. We're going to smooth out the edges. I'll actually use a selected mask and then use smooth like that. And let's see, and I'll fix the bottom too. It's hard when you're taking photos of your own props and then to not get your fingers in it. Because like this, the bottom part is like where my fingers were. So I had to fix that.
See
that. Sometimes I hold things by like an invisible string if I'm more patient, but that helps a lot.
Or like a tooth in this case, maybe a toothpick through it or something. Who knows?
A toothpick, that would be great. Yeah. So I don't have to have my finger in it.
You guys can see we got the timer, little artist spotlight countdown. We got about 7 minutes left.
7 minutes.
Dive into the artist
Who is it?
spotlight. Who's it gonna be?
Yeah.
Could be you. And we literally like knock down your door and come in with a camera.
Yes. We come to your house.
We literally come to your house, point a camera at you and say, tell me what you think about your art.
Explain your art to us.
Explain your art now. Yeah, you know.
And I'm going to get rid of my finger, clone stamp it out. I don't know what I would do without the clone stamp tool. It's amazing. Look, it's gone. And we're gonna fix the masking.
Thanks for joining us. Basmala Shady has to get going.
I'll see you later.
Hanging out.
Thank you. Cool. And then let's see where we should place this one because it has like a different angle to it. Maybe in the background. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. And it's a little bit dark too, so we'll grab a curves layer and turn it up. Yeah. There we go. And then also, since it's laying on grass, I'll probably like softly brush the bottom here
Mm-hmm.
and make it look like the grass is
Yes,
on top of it.
that is good.
Yeah.
And you could, I'm sure you could, you know, if you wanted to go through the trouble, like find a grass brush out there or make one.
Yeah.
If you want to go through all of that.
If you want to go through it.
I think so. Kyle Webster does summer brushes like every year.
Oh.
You can get to it from the brushes panel, the summer 2021 brushes, because I think in there they might have, oh yeah, Plantina. Yes, kind of looks like some foliage. I'm noticing lots of foliage type brushes, hedgy mix, spatter. Oh, grass. There's one called Grassland. Oh, that's cool.
So there's a lot of grass brushes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, so here, nailed it. There's one called Blades Soft. So there actually is, there's like 3 blades of grasses, like brushes.
Wait, where do you find this?
Which is cool. Oh yeah, just go to, and we can do it, I don't know how much time you have, but we have 5 minutes till we open up the brushes panel.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, I'm not looking in the right place. There we are, okay. Go to the little flyout menu, the little gear, right up in the upper right.
Oh, here.
Yep, and get more brushes.
Get more brushes.
Sweet, that will open up your personal email and calendar. Just joking.
To see everything.
So this is where you get it. You will have to sign in to download. You'll download the ABR. You'll open that up. The same place where you went to get more brushes, that's where you'll import brushes.
Cool.
But yeah, so as soon as you sign in, you'll not only see the summer brushes, but you'll see the Keith Haring brushes, watercolor brushes, the mega pack. Excuse me. So many brushes.
Cool.
So yeah, that's kind of cool. So
well, I need those.
Yeah, definitely check them out. And we have syncing of presets now. So the idea is like you should only be able to add them once. And this is looking really good, by the way, even what you're doing here.
Thank you.
You're totally
trying.
Like nailing it.
I'm trying with my track.
And it's going to be so small. Like nobody's
right.
That's why it's like you're putting the right amount of effort into it, I feel.
Yeah, it's just random blades of grass. And it should probably be smaller, a little bit smaller. And I don't know, I just go like erase. Super random. And then yeah, and then I need to blur this one too. So I'm going to make it a smart object and then place a Gaussian blur.
Thank you. Thank you, Wade. Wade mentions that as well, the grass brushes. Thank you, man, for keeping me in check. Being a good resource. That's what's nice about this. We're all learning here. This is good.
Yeah. And that looks good. I might go and fix the bottom just a little bit. Since I made this into another layer for my finger, I have to blur that too. Blur. There we go.
Yeah, smart object.
And let's see if we can fix the bottom just a little bit. Little bit, yeah. Even just like a soft brush tool would work too, because it's so far away that you can't tell.
Yeah, exactly.
Detail too much.
You wouldn't like all the detail. If you downloaded the brush, you'd probably lose a lot of it.
Yeah. And then we're just gonna keep adding more blueberries. And also, I added sky in the original image, so we'll probably add some sky. Do you think sky replacement tool would work here?
Yes. It'll get you like 90% there. It'll at least knock out that white.
Okay.
And you could actually load in your own skies, but it outputs everything in a folder that you can change all day long. So it's or all night long, depending on what sky you pick. So.
Oh, it's only gonna do this part, right?
Let me get over there.
You only do that part.
Well, I think it's because that's the only, you need to put everything on its own layer.
Oh wait, how do I do that?
There, you have all that on like 3 different layers. So you'd probably have to mash those together.
Oh, okay.
Or
I'll
at
make
least
it into
duplicate it or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's just try a smart object. Let's see if that works.
Okay. Okay, let's see. If this
Yeah, let's try this out. I don't know if it works on a smart object or not. Sky replacement.
Sky replacement is amazing. Oh.
Okay, good. Yeah, it is working.
And let's see what type of skies we have.
Very nice.
That's cool.
Looks like we are down to the artist spotlight. Callahan says 00000. So, but keep this up. Like you, Natalia, you can still kind of tweak this. Like we want to come back to this for sure.
All right.
But yeah, we will jump out of here. So I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna go ahead and share it. Yes, thank you. Cool. Fantastic. Very cool. Welcome everybody. This is our artist spotlight, and as you can see, we're gonna highlight ShinobuFX. Let's see.
Nice.
His or her portfolio. And this is going to be awesome. So I'm so excited about this because this is like great work. Shinobu, I don't know if you're here. If you are, that's great. Otherwise, watch the recording. But this is going to be fun because we get to review your portfolio. So this is fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
I love some of these pieces.
Yes.
The tape thing is cool.
And thank you for that. We can go ahead and, we could drop this into chat as well. But congratulations, Shinobu. We get to review. Oh, thank you. Boom, boom. Myself and Wade at the same time. Let's kind of check this out. These are so cool. Look at all this work. This is amazing. Oh, geez.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, there you are. We thought you were turning into a little blueberry and shrinking.
Shrinking.
So
wow.
I'm going to Shinobu's oldest piece. We'll start there, kind of check it out. First post on Behance. I don't know if I can check the date, edit time, 2 hours, done in Photoshop, and then includes the original as well. Wow. So into his very first piece. So there that is. Great photo.
Looks very realistic.
Yeah, nice use of depth, and yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Into it. Fun.
Love it.
Good job. I think when you start out, we all tend to like overdo it. And yeah, so that's good. This one doesn't look like it's overdone, right? It's like the color palettes, good, all that fun stuff. And Natalia, let me know which one you want me to open. I just opened up the Dreamcatcher, which is the next one. And
nice.
I definitely want to know more about it. Like,
yeah,
Dreamcatcher, like,
is this photoshopped?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Let's see if
I mean, the coloring is cool. It's very dramatic.
Shinobu does say photos, or Photoshop.
Cool.
So yeah, would love to know more about it. Like, that's always good. We get it, because like when you first start out, like nobody's even looking at your stuff, so you're like, really? I'm gonna go through all that work. But let's go to this one. Tea Time Midnight.
Wow.
Ooh, I can totally see you doing this sort of thing.
I love tea. I love tea time. That's cool.
Yeah.
I love how you can't see the faces.
Yeah.
It's hidden.
It's very like Mad Hatter-ish.
Yes.
Sort of Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
I love this original. Sweet. Thank you so much for including that.
It's cool to see the before and afters.
Yeah,
That's what I always
exactly.
do too. Yeah.
Yeah, great job, don't you think?
The lighting is great, like the windows,
Yeah, like
the cyan highlights,
yeah. So
the
look at the shadows
shadows.
here. There's no lighting reference in the initial photo, really. There's a little bit, but like
Mm-hmm.
then Shinobu went through and said, okay, the light's coming through the windows, and this is like, so all this lighting was painted in, which is
That's
pretty. Don't you
crazy.
think that's pretty good?
This is a lot of work. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So good. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Shinobu's amazing. Oh, right. Cinema 4D and Photoshop. Thank you. Shinobu, I see
Oh.
you here.
Cinema 4D.
Fantastic.
Wait, what do you think they use Cinema
Oh, you're from
4D
Amman,
for?
Jordan. What's that?
What do you think they use Cinema 4D for? Like what part?
Yeah, let me know. Cinema 4D and Photoshop is what just Shinobu said. He painted the shadows, and lighting. So yeah, I'm not sure. Let us know in the tea time, midnight, what you used 3D for. And Shinobu, since we have you here, let us know like what you favorite one maybe you want us to show off, because we'd love to
Yeah.
see which one. I mean, all
Skull
of these are great.
Island.
We could spend an hours here.
I love.
Skull Island.
So dreary.
Yeah, totally. And of course it's skulls, and I'm like, yeah, I'm into it.
Skulls.
I'm into the skulls. Like, this is gorgeous. The tones. I love this the texture over the top too. Yeah.
Yeah. This is good.
Yeah, pretty
Love the
darn
composition. And the colors too.
Um,
It's very faded, blue, moody. Fits the vibe.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Very cool. And let's just take a look at it. So yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
I guess so. What do you guys think about just like thoughts about like splitting the canvas right down the middle here? I guess it works.
I think there could be
Natalia.
maybe like a little bit less of the sky.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, and there may be a little bit too much empty space. It could, also there could be like some birds in the background, like smaller and not
Okay.
all clustered around the tree.
Mhm. That's true.
So it's more spaced out, more realistic.
Yeah. The variance in birds and where they're at farther back and that sort of thing. Cool. Great
Maybe
call.
cool to bring like bubbles out of like the skull's eyes or
Ooh.
the mouth too,
Mhm.
like out.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
This is something would be nice to like be just a video that just it's a moving image, so it just pans right from the top down and kind of like is a fun reveal. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shinobu. You're awesome. Let me know if you guys have a favorite. I'm just clicking through these. He says the tools are all listed. Looks like it's a lot of this is Photoshop, which is great.
Okay. Another skull.
Another skull. This is me picking the ones that I like. There it is.
Yeah.
Boom, skull, done. I really love this title art, Witchcraft. Like
That's
that
cool.
type
That's done in Photoshop? How do you do that in Photoshop?
I don't know. Well, you could do it using I can't remember right now, but it also might be a font. Like I'm pretty sure I have a font that's like that as well.
Oh, okay. All of them are very like moody, creepy.
Yes.
Storytelling.
Which I'm into because it's like Shinobu's work.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at this one, like the lighting on this one. Gaze.
Oh, I've done a photo where I've made a butterfly glow too.
Right?
That's cute.
I think
also
for this
the reflection on the eyes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Very cool. I will say, like, I don't know if actually a butterfly flies this way. Like, you might need to bend its legs, but it's cool.
True.
Ooh, this is done in C4D. Look at that. There's the cat.
Oh, wait.
There's so the background was rendered.
Wait, can I see the background again? Or like, yeah. Oh, cool.
So, oh, that is nice.
Interesting. Okay, so the tea time one, the background is probably rendered too.
He says it isn't. He just used Photoshop.
Yeah.
So, because I was wondering the same thing.
Cassette.
This says something. I don't know what. Shiho or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's cool. Graphic
That's
work.
cool. Yeah.
Ooh, so Shinobu, it is a font. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I have that font somewhere.
You have it.
I love this.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
looking
about
at
to say,
difference.
click on that. Oh.
This is really fun.
I like that.
Like-
It's collage.
Yeah, I guess kind of like album art or something.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
fun.
wow.
Let's see if there are any other. Okay, here we go. Let's play this video.
Oh, ooh, process video.
With a little glitch effect on the top. Zzz, zzz. There we are. Bam.
Cool. Yeah,
Pretty
I guess it is
neat.
supposed to be like a album art with a parental advisory.
Yeah. Oh, layers breakdown. That's what we saw. Cool.
That's cool.
Let me know if I missed one or something that you want to show, Shinobu. I want to we want to do our best of showing off your work.
Yeah.
Let's see if this one has like.
Oh.
Okay. It looks just fun to play with.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the original.
That's cool.
Sweet. Really
That's cool.
fun.
Also, when I started photography, I like cut myself and put myself into like backgrounds where they were like this. I couldn't be in.
Oh yeah.
So they're very fantastical and dramatic.
Oh, portrait. He says, check out portrait. Shinobu likes portrait.
Ooh.
Okay, so here's the original.
Cool.
Original. And then the portrait.
Cool.
Yeah, looks good.
Dramatic.
Very dramatic, soft lighting. Almost too much, but definitely drew my eye to it.
I think soften a little bit on the dodging and highlighting.
Okay. Yeah. Soften it up a little bit.
Mhm.
Made some good decisions, one thing we typically say is if it's something that's going to be gone in 2 weeks, get rid of it. But if it's not, keep it in, because this guy's going to have this mole, this is part of him. So typically people say keep that stuff in, but everything else can go. But yeah, that's it. Looks great. Great.
I like showing the skin texture a little bit too. So I would soften the whatchamacallit?
Soften the brushing?
The retouching. Yeah.
Okay. Soften it up. Okay.
Yeah.
The one with worms. Oh, he says the one with worms now. Apparently there might be a portrait with one with worms. We'll jump out to that one.
Okay.
And just checking time, we have 15 minutes. Ooh, he meant this one. I'm sorry. But it's good. It looks like it's the same photo. He said, hey, you know what? Let's take it to the next level. Let's get weird.
I like this one a lot.
Shinobu says let's get weird.
I like that one. Weird. I like weird.
Yeah, into it.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. What I would say here, well, there's a couple things we talk about. It's awesome. Color toning and everything. Have the hair overlap this edge. And again, this is not meant to be a portfolio. We're supposed to just highlight things, but break that border, and that will give it some more convincing depth. And this texture back here, that paper, makes it look flat. And I kind of want to see this as the inside of the head. So I just don't know if it needs that paper texture.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. What do you think?
I agree. The hair especially, it'll make it look more realistic. I love how the worms are dripping out of the face.
Yes. That's
great.
a winning combo. This is exciting.
You want to make it look like it's enveloping the face.
Yeah, very cool and creepy and all
Very
that stuff.
creepy.
Cool. All right, we'll check out one more, Floral Beauty. That's what he mentioned.
One
So
more?
let's go ahead and look at Floral Beauty.
Which one's
Flower
that?
blooming.
Looking for a flower.
Oh,
Is that
maybe this one.
that
Oh no, that's
one?
corn. You have so many.
So many. How are we
You
supposed
see?
to find it?
Floral Beauty. Here we go.
Ah, okay.
Oh, good. Thank you for putting this. One of my favorite projects. Great.
Cool.
Fun.
Cool.
Good. Yeah.
Oh.
So originals,
Mhm.
flowers. Flowers, cool.
That's cool. Love
Yeah.
it. Love
Look at
the
nice
use of
flowers.
texture.
I really like this one because it looks like the flowers are more mapped onto the face.
Right.
Seems like they bend a little bit more. For this one,
Right.
this flower is very flat. Like you
Mhm.
almost want to like distort it a little bit. So if you want to make it look that way, by the way.
Yeah.
But if you warp this a little bit around the face, that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Depends on what you're going for, though.
I also like how this one looks like a painting.
Yeah.
Looks like an acrylic painting.
Yes, exactly. Looks great. Like this, I could see on a wall in a hotel or somebody's house. Like a beautiful image. So totally into it. All right. Cool. Man, you did such a good job. So impressed.
Yeah.
I love all your work. It's so good. Shinobu, I kind of want to, I want to explore more of this later on too. But good job.
Is this one Cinema 4D?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, Cinema 4D.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Okay,
I love seeing all the possibilities of Cinema 4D because I don't know about it.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, obviously the materials play a major role in this piece. So, but that's
and
cool.
I like how it bends, like when it's on the side.
For each angle.
It looks realistic.
Yeah.
Looks cool. Good.
Shinobu, you are awesome. Love seeing all your work. I'll have to check out more later on. I'm just getting lost in it, but Natalia, we'll jump back over to your screen here.
Okay.
In a sec, since you were playing with skies, and that looked really fun as well.
Yeah.
So, you got it. Cool. Oop.
Sharing my screen.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay, so we have our sky here, and we're gonna make it a bit brighter because it looks very flat. So you can adjust the lighting in the sky replacement tool, and also you can adjust the color. Not quite sure what the color does. Not seeing too much of a difference. Also, you can switch the blending mode too. That doesn't look good, but you could.
Yeah. And it's some of those come out as separate layers that you can adjust like later on.
Oh.
So it'll be interesting to see what gets output as a multiply layer mode, for instance, and stuff like that. But you'll get like multiple layers. That'll be interesting.
Right.
And even that looks good. Like, you know, I guess the big thing is you don't want it to be flat, like a flat white.
Yeah.
For one. Whenever
there is like a blown out sky, I always put some sort of sky in.
Okay.
Because white just looks not as good. It could look better.
Yeah, just it looks almost like unfinished. Not that you need to work everything, but like, you know.
Yeah, right.
If there's subtle texture in the grass, you like continue that into the sky, just like soft clouds.
Yeah.
Into it.
And we're gonna add another blueberry. And so I think I filled the frame with a lot of like huge blueberries for the original
Ooh.
image.
I just had an idea. You know what you
Ooh,
could do
what?
sometime?
What?
Do the reverse of this, where this photo here is your main one, and then you put your face on that blueberry.
Oh my God. That'd be
Right?
kind of funny. I mean, I could
would
do
be
it
kind of-
like, I could do it with my detached head now.
Yeah, because your head was just kind of floating there. I'm like,
I could just go.
kind of freaky, but kind of fun.
Yeah, I like kind of freaky, kind of fun. Let me see.
Hmm.
Oh, well, it could have a blueberry body.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
You're like, what are you doing? Grabbing me, hand? That's what your face is saying.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Why are you grabbing me? But
Leave me
very
be.
cool.
Okay, we're gonna cut out this blueberry, mask it, and then make it bigger. And then, okay. Make it, let's put this one over here. And a lot of my photos have objects that are just like floating around, kind of like this, or like in the sky or something. If they're floating like in the sky, it's a lot easier to edit in because I don't need to worry about shadows too much.
Yeah.
Because I still need to add shadows to these blueberries on the underneath, on the underbelly. So it requires a little more work.
And by the way, like your shadows that you did on your final piece, like I know it was a lot of work, but that's what makes it. Like you could tell you put a work into that, and that's those shadows is what makes it work.
Because I want to make it look like it's real life.
Yeah.
As much as it's not, but I want it to be.
Oh, for sure.
I want there
I
to
think it'd be funny if
blueberries.
you were swelling up and turning into a blueberry, and as you look around, you see your friends' faces in all the other blueberries. Oh, your friends were turned to blueberries.
No.
No.
No, we could all be a blueberry clan. All blueberries. And they're gonna make this one blue too. Same process. Make clipping mask, and then change the color of the blueberry. So I recolor my objects a lot that I notice. I just like add a color fill layer and like change it.
Yes.
So I'm not too worried about having my props be the exact color I need because I could change the color in Lightroom with the hue saturation levels, or I could just change it in Photoshop pretty easily too. Yeah. So it just helps to have it the actual color, but sometimes I can't.
For sure. Thank you, Stony Braswell. Appreciate you joining. Interesting work, beautiful work. That's what she says. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you. And I'm going to add some shadow beneath these two blueberries and make it multiply. I usually have my shadow layer as multiply too. I feel like that one's the best one. So we're to go underneath. Let's go to this one and paint in some shadows. There we go. And that looks good. And maybe a little bit more.
Since you're basically all one tone of blue, it's nice. You're evening out the tones of these blueberries. And just a time check, we're down to like our last 2 minutes, actually. Wow.
Oh boy. Well, you just repeat this process over and over until you get a ton of blueberries.
Awesome. Do you happen to have the final or no?
It's on my Instagram, which I can pull
Yeah,
up.
sure. Open it up. It'd be nice to kind of compare this and just show off.
Yeah.
Repeat that process. And of
Repeat
course,
that
shout out
process, and then you get this.
blueberry good.
Yeah,
That is
violet.
very,
You're
it's
turning
very, very
violet.
good.
Very, very good. Yeah, it pretty much looks like what we had over there. I think I expanded it with the images I already had, then added a bunch more blueberries. And also I made the background kind of wavy like that.
Yeah, that's fun as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think oh yeah, I added some behind the scenes too.
Oh, yay. Here I am.
Here
Just
I am with my
me.
blueberries.
Me with I'm going to take a photo and then I'm going to throw that thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna chuck it.
Where'd I, okay, it's in the grass here somewhere.
Yeah. Itchy. Itchy wig.
You're hilarious.
I have a bunch of wigs at home that I use for photo shoots.
I can only imagine. Oh,
But
Natalia,
yeah.
thank you so much for ending here. So follow Escaping Youth.
Yeah.
Her work and follow her, it's so inspiring watching you. Thank you like so much. It's fun seeing you work today and yesterday. Yesterday is worth, of course, a viewing and a bookmark and all that fun stuff as well. It's just awesome seeing you work.
Yeah, it's been amazing to share my process with you all.
You had a good time?
Yes, I had a great time.
Oh,
I always have a great time.
Yay.
Yay.
Very cool. Well, thank you. Thank you, Natalia, Stoney, Afroja, Ferry, and everyone. We appreciate you guys. Stay tuned. We got more design, illustrated, creative challenge, a bunch of stuff. So stay tuned. And again, thanks so much, Natalia. We'll see you guys all in a second. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Bye.